Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking elevated anti-aging, taking your retinoid of choice to the next level. Here on the channel, I'm always about working smarter, not necessarily harder when it comes to your skincare routine. You don't have to constantly be buying new products in order to get the best results. Sometimes just understanding how to use your existing products that little bit better will get you the maximum results. So that's why I'm running this series here on the channel. We kick things off with vitamin C and what to pair alongside it for the best results. I'm going to leave a link to that video up there if you want to check it out. Today though, we are focusing down on retinoids. Now, most of us will have a retinol or a retinal somewhere in our skincare routine, but are we using it, layering it, and pairing it correctly? Let's find out. Sit back, relax, let's talk elevated anti-aging. Now, before we get into this video, just that quick reminder to do all that YouTubey stuff if you haven't already. If you're enjoying this series and you know how to use the products we already have that a little bit more effectively, let me know by reaching down and giving the video a thumbs up and a like. This honestly is the best way of supporting me as a content creator, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. I've linked all the products mentioned in today's video in the description box below. Those links are there for your convenience if you want to check the price point, availability, and some of the reviews of them. But if you want to share your own experiences with them, let me know by leaving me a comment. Now, with all that out of the way, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So without going over retinoids in too much detail, because you know we've covered them a lot on the channel, and I'll find my most recent video and link it again up there for you. Retinoids are fabulous when it comes to anti-aging. They encourage the production of collagen in the skin, which over time can minimize fine lines and wrinkles. They also increase cell turnover. Unfortunately, as we age, our cells get a little lazy, a little slower on that turnover, and as a result, our skin can appear a little dull and lackluster. Anything we could do to increase the rate of cell turnover will just keep our skin looking vibrant and smooth for as long as possible. As a result of this increased cell turnover, you also get some great hyperpigmentation fighting benefits from retinoids too. They're just an all-round hero ingredient, but they can be a little tricky to incorporate, especially when you consider the side effects and some of the irritation that you can get. So my first tip with retinoids in general is choose the right one for your skin type. This doesn't need to be complicated. I'm going to kind of do a snapshot for you now. So if you're already using a prescription retinoid, adapalene, tretinoin, obviously you're working with a professional in terms of matching that strength to your skin type, so continue to use it. But for those of you that like an over-the-counter option, these are some of the ones available. So retinol, which is probably the most common, understood, and widely available, isn't my personal choice. Retinol does definitely work in the long term, but it's less potent than some other options and comes with a lot of side effects. I would say if you're looking for retinol, choose one that's paired alongside another ingredient called bakuchiol within the formulation. This just kicks up the efficacy a little bit and won't result in any additional side effects. My favourite retinol and bakuchiol combination is this. This is the Indeed Labs Retinol Reface. Such a great serum that's great for beginners. If you're wondering where to start in your retinoid game, this would be a really great option. Super gentle, but packs a punch because of that combination of retinol and also bakuchiol. Paula's Choice also do one, but that is quite a bit more expensive, so this is usually the one I recommend. If you've got super oily and acne prone skin and want to use a retinoid in order to minimize some of those breakouts, go for Gran-Active Retinoid. Fabulous at reducing acne causing bacteria, but still giving great anti-aging benefits. This is the one by Dr. Sam Bunting and her Flawless Nightly Pro Serum. This is the strongest Gran-Active retinoid on the market. Won't give you a whole lot of sensitivity because it's a newer generation retinoid, but definitely packs a punch for fighting acne, fine lines and wrinkles. I love this. There's a cheaper version at The Ordinary. It's not quite the same strength of this, but if you're on a budget, The Ordinary one is still a great option. My go-to retinoid is actually retinal with an A, not to be confused with retinol with an O, because honestly, they're the same family, but very different. So retinal, studies show, actually deliver greater benefits than retinol, because it goes through fewer conversions in the skin, so it retains its potency. It does so, though, with fewer side effects, so it's better tolerated on the skin, giving better results, and it's just an all-round holy grail. I definitely think retinal is probably going to be the vitamin A derivative over the counter that works best for most people. And you know, the two that I always use are these two. This is the Geek and Gorgeous A Game 10, a wonderful cream-based retinol. This is my own product. This is the Mad About Skin Anti-Aging Oil, which is an oil-based retinol. So both are going to give you very similar outcomes, but if you've got a dry skin type or you prefer an oil to mix in with your moisturizer, this is a really great option. If you prefer cream, the geek and gorgeous. I definitely think since I transitioned from retinol to retinal, I'm getting the results I want, less side effects, which is obviously, this is why it's the form of vitamin A I personally chose when it came to creating my own product. So hopefully that's just a little whistle-stop tour of the retinoids on the market. Choosing the right one is really, really important, and hopefully this has helped break it down. I will leave some other recommendations aside from the ones I've mentioned for each category if you want to explore it in more detail, but hopefully that's helped a little. Now, choosing the right one, first step, but then what do we actually layer our retinoids with? I think a lot of the conversation online is what you shouldn't use with retinoids. You know, don't use this, don't use that. It's all very negative. And as a result, we miss the opportunity to share what we should be using with retinoids in order to dial up the results and minimize the sensitivity. And these are the pairings that I would definitely recommend. So kicking things off, azelaic acid. Before you reach for a retinoid, make sure you have an azelaic acid in your skincare routine. If you're already using a retinoid, but you haven't got an azelaic acid, just slot it in. It's never too late. But the reason I say kickstart things with azelaic acid is this ingredient calms, soothes, and minimizes inflammation in the skin. So when you first reach for a retinoid, whichever you go for, it can be quite sensitizing on the skin. So if you've already prepared the skin, given its shield, its defenses using azelaic acid for say 2 or 3 weeks before, that journey into adjusting to retinoids is going to be so much easier. There's lots of different ones on the market, which I'll come through in a minute, but even if you're still using a retinoid and don't have an azelaic acid, get one, because it will minimize any inflammation from any of your skincare ingredients, and it's great at fading hyperpigmentation to just dial up the benefits you're going to see from that retinoid. For beginners, this is the Q&A azelaic acid balancing serum, and this has a great lower dose azelaic acid, still great results, but just really easy to slot in for the first time. It's also like £8. So affordable, really works well, and it's got some beautiful ingredients alongside the azelaic acid to further enhance that calming and soothing. This I use all the time, and I would say for anyone that's new to azelaic acid, get this, try it, skin will love it. For a little higher potency, this is the Revox azelaic acid 10%. Revox are a great European brand, so if you're shopping from within the European Union and you're a little bit worried about their recent introduction of VAT tariffs and customs and all that stuff, actually Revox are a great brand that ship from within the EU to the EU. So it's a nice option for European customers. This is 10%, so slightly higher potency than that Q&A, but still doesn't give a lot of sensitivity, it just feels really good on the skin and will adapt really, really well. Slot this in anywhere in your skincare routine and it'll give you your azelaic acid fix. In some countries, azelaic acid is capped at 10% with that Revox. Other countries like here in the UK, brands can push to 15 and 20%. I usually would cap it out at 15% because in my experience, this is where I've got the best results without too much side effects. And this is the Face Theory Lumizalia A15 serum. A potent azelaic acid, 15% concentration alongside oat and other calming and soothing ingredients. This is like the ultimate. If your skin can get here, this is the ultimate in azelaic acid. But I'd say start on a lower strength and kind of work your way up and work out what works best for your skin. This is ultimately what I choose to use for my azelaic acid fix. It works beautifully well for me and definitely the best pairing, hands down, to go with your retinoid of choice. Now, the second perfect pairing I want to call out are ceramides. Now, ceramides are super popular, super trendy in skincare, and you'll see them cropping up in just about every product. There's ceramide moisturizers, cleansers, serums, sunscreens, you name it, there's a ceramide option. But I would say focus in on a real high quality ceramide infused moisturizer, and that will be the perfect complement to your retinoid. Elevate your anti-aging, offset some of the side effects, and minimize dryness. Now, ceramides work in a number of ways. They'll improve hydration in the skin, which is really important because retinoids can be a little drying on the skin. They'll also improve the barrier function and overall health of the skin. So don't forget, the healthier our skin is, skin health should be our ultimate goal. Whether it's fading hyperpigmentation, tackling fine lines and wrinkles, we should always have skin health as the ultimate goal. Because the healthier our skin is, the more radiant and youthful it will appear. So ceramide, definitely a great combo with retinoids. And 3 that I want to talk you through now. Cheapest, this is The Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors with phytoceramides. Super affordable, ceramide packed, a great moisturizer that lasts forever. You get a vat of product here. So use this alongside your retinoid on an evening and you'll definitely notice that the skin is less dry, less sensitive, and you just get some enhanced anti-aging benefits. Great for people on a budget, but honestly, I'm cheap and I'm the sort of person that hates overpaying for skincare, which is why this is one of my go-tos all the time. Taking it up a notch price-wise, but also in terms of formulation, dialing it up too. This is the Jackson Lane Relax and Repair Moisturiser. I love this because it's got so many other calming and soothing ingredients, other humectants and hydrators. This is like a beautiful, beautiful all-round moisturiser, which I find it's quite lightweight, so I tend to use it in the summer for my ceramide fix in those warmer months, but you can use it year round. Jackson Lane are a fantastic, fantastic brand, and whilst they focus down on male skincare, which isn't necessarily something I gravitate towards, I think that skincare is universal. Use a product based on the ingredients rather than the gender that it's pitched at, in my opinion. If you're the sort of person that does like to go for like a male style skincare product, this is a great brand. Anyone can use it, but it's nice if there's a guy in your life that likes to stick to male skincare, reach for Jackson Lane. Formulations are stunning, their marketing is on point, and I just genuinely think their price point is really fair for what they're delivering. A really, really nice brand. And then finally in the ceramide category, this is the Allies of Skin Molecular Barrier Recovery Cream Balm. Now this is the most expensive of the recommendations, but let me tell you, if you're someone that's absolutely petrified of retinoids because you have super sensitive skin and you think whatever I do, I'm going to end up like with red raw skin, it's going to be so sore and sensitive, reach for this. This is the ultimate when it comes to retinoid balms. So this has so many oils in here. It's got beautiful oat extract, it's got ceramides, it's got calming and soothing ingredients. It's got things that are going to support the barrier, minimize irritation, maximize hydration. It does it all. It is genuinely worthy of its higher price point, and a little does go a long way. Definitely if you're struggling to incorporate your retinoid and you're feeling like you're never going to get over the side effects, try this. It's been a hero balm for me. As you can see, I've used it to the last drop. I'm going to snip the top off and keep going. But this is an absolute dream of a product and a great way of getting some ceramides and some other goodies alongside your retinoid. And my final two pairings to go with retinoids to elevate your anti-aging are these. So first up, we're going to go with calming and soothing serums. I think we've talked a lot in this video about side effects with retinoids. Don't be scared. You can get past them if you use the right ingredients alongside it, and they can have some additional benefits. Calming and soothing ingredients will just minimize inflammation and irritation in the skin, and it's a great way of just minimizing the risk of premature aging that inflammation can cause. Don't forget as well that hyperpigmentation is often triggered by inflammation in the skin, so if you can keep everything calm, cool and in equilibrium, it'll definitely pay benefits. The Ordinary New Pink Serum, which is their barrier support serum, great option. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Stress Less Serum, another option that's wonderful and both beautifully affordable. In terms of calming and soothing ingredients, look for panthenol, madecassoside, look for oat extract. Anything like that is going to help calm, it's going to soothe, minimize side effects, and also just make sure that our skin isn't going to become more prone to premature aging and hyperpigmentation. These two are a dream to use alongside your retinoids, but there are lots of others on the market, and I'll leave some other recommendations below. Now, last but by no means least, sunscreen. But I don't want you to just rush out and buy the first sunscreen you see on the shelf. Think about the sunscreen that you're using alongside your retinoid to elevate your anti-aging, but also to make sure that the skin is protected, especially when, retinoids can make the skin just a little more sun sensitive. So the way I say elevate is make sure that the brand you reach for is fully transparent on their UVA protection. The SPF on the bottle indicates the level of UVB protection you're getting. They're the rays that burn us. The rays that age us, UVA rays, often brands won't disclose actually what protection you're getting. This is shady and I think does a disservice to us, the consumer. So only go with a brand that actually says loud and proud what UVA protection they're giving. That way they've got nothing to hide. You don't need to pay a lot as well. You can get sky-high UVA protection on a budget. So one of my favourite brands is this. This is the Ultraist, and this is their Dermatologist Face Fluid. This has one of the highest levels of UVA protection you'll find on the market, which is indicated by a PPD score. This sky-high, and the brand are fully transparent on that. A really great option, and like you say, it's got the 5-star UVA rating too. Just an all-round holy grail. I obviously always practice what I preach, and so when I created my own sunscreen, I wanted to do so with that UVA protection in mind. This is the Mad About Skin Protect and Hydrate sunscreen. To be fully transparent, the PPD rating on this is 23, which is a lot higher than you'll get with a lot of commercially available sunscreens. Look for something 19 or higher on that PPD rating to make sure you're getting the maximum level of protection and coverage. Again, you're getting 100 ml here, so a lot more product than what you'll see in some other, particularly Korean sunscreens, and you're getting a higher level of UVA protection. So I'd say Be generous with your sunscreens, apply liberally and reapply as required. Make sure you know what the UVA protection is, and that way it's just going to complement your retinoid to perfection, maximum anti-aging, minimum side effects, and protecting your skin year round. So there you have it, guys, a bit of a whistle-stop tour of retinoids, how to choose them, how to use them, and what to layer them with. Hopefully you've already got a lot of these ingredients and products in your skincare routine, and so it's not a case of needing to buy new ones, but rather just pairing the right ones together to work smarter, not necessarily harder when it comes to your skincare routine. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and wherever you are in the world, guys. Stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye!